nothing innovative about them, and had al-Khwarizmi stuck to the Caliph's request, his book would undoubtedly never have been passed down to posterity. But the Persian scholar did not stop there, and decided to add a purely theoretical first part in the introduction to his work. There, he presented the various methods of solutions, which were put into practice in concrete problems in a structured and abstract way. Having completed the work, al-Khwarizmi gave it the title Kitab al-Mukhtasar fi Hisab al-Jabr wala Muktabala, or the Compendious Book on Calculation by Completion and Balancing. When it was translated into Latin much later on, the last words of the Arabic title were transcribed phonetically, and the book was called Liber Algebrae and Al-Makabola. Gradually, the term Al-Makabola was discarded, leaving the single word that from then on denoted the discipline initiated by al-Khwarizmi. Al-Jabr, Algebrae, algebra. It was not so much its mathematical content, but rather al-Khwarizmi's formulation of his methods that was revolutionary. He detailed his problem-solving procedures independently from the problems themselves. For a better understanding of this approach, let us look at the following 3 questions. 1. A rectangular field is 5 units wide and has an area of 30. What does its length measure? 2. A man of age 30 years is 5 times the age of his son. What is the age of his son? 3. A trader has bought 30 kilograms of fabric on 5 identical rolls. How much does each roll weigh? In all 3 cases, the answer is 6. And in solving these problems, you have the feeling that, although they deal with radically different subjects, the mathematics behind them is the same. In these 3 cases, the result is found by division. 30 divided by 5 equals 6. Al-Khwarizmi's initial approach involves stripping these questions of their context in order to extract a purely mathematical problem from them. Find a number that, multiplied by 5, gives 30. In this formulation, we do not know what the number 5 and 30 represent. They may be geometric dimensions, ages, rolls of fabric, or anything else. No matter. That doesn't change anything about the way that we look for the answer. The aim of algebra is thus to propose methods that make it possible to solve purely mathematical riddles of this type. In Europe, several centuries later, these riddles became known as equations. Al-Khwarizmi went even further in his study of equations. He asserted that the method does not even depend on the numerical data of the problem. Let us consider the following 3 equations. 1. Find a number that multiplied by 5 gives 30. 2. Find a number that multiplied by 2 gives 16. 3. Find a number that multiplied by 3 gives 60. Each of these equations also combines in its formulation a multitude of different concrete problems. But, once again, we sense that they will all be solved using the same method. In these 3 cases, the solutions are found by dividing the second number by the first. For the first, 30 divided by 5 equals 6. For the second, 16 divided by 2 equals 8. And for the third, 60 divided by 3 equals 20. The method of solution is thus not only independent from the concrete problem, but also from the numbers that occur in that problem. It thus becomes possible to formulate these equations in an even more abstract way. Find a number that, multiplied by a certain quantity, 1, gives a quantity, 2. All problems of this type will be solvable in the same way. You have only to divide quantity 2 by quantity 1. But of course, this example is still very simple. It only involves a multiplication, and its solution only uses a division. But one can imagine other types of equations in which the unknown undergoes several different operations. Al-Khwarizmi worked mainly on equations in which the unknown may undergo the 4 basic operations: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, and also squaring. Here is an example. Find a number whose square is equal to 3 times its value, augmented by 10. This time, the solution is 5.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.